Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. With me here is my gorgeous partner, fashionably Amy, and I'm Kat. If you're watching this Luxury Live Show for the first time, after a while, I guess, we do this every single week, alternatively on our channel. 1 week on mine, this week's on mine, next week's on Amy. So make sure you subscribe to both our channels to stay with us for a couple of hours to talk about everything luxury. And we have an amazing topic today. We are going to talk about value for money, luxury bags. We've got some slides for everyone, and we see a lot of comments coming in. Hi to all the members and all the Luxees. It's really good to see you today. So without further ado, because we got quite a few slides, we're going to share two portions. So if you're watching this on a rerun, we're going to timestamp it as well, which I'll talk about shortly. So let me just get into the slides.
Yes, and I want to welcome our new member, Nat. I saw that she was our new member. Thank you so much.
Okay, you can see the slides?
Yes.
All right, awesome. So today we're going to talk about best value luxury bags. We would also like to hear your comments as we go through. You can also share with us your value for money luxury bags. So we have a new slide before we start on that. As you know, we started the Luxury Live Show membership about a month ago. And during that time, we want to really thank all the members for allowing us to get a feel of the membership, make mistakes, learn from the mistakes, do member-only lives, and really learn with the platform as well. So we want to add this new kind of like an event calendar, because we don't plan, each live like on the day itself. We do prepare weeks before, and so we thought we'd share this with you. So this calendar is a Singapore perspective. So wherever you are, whether you're in Europe or all, just adjust it back to your time, okay? All right, so in August, the blue little boxes as you can see, those are the member live shows. Today we are doing the value for money, where is it? There down there, 21st of August. That's today's topic. So for the rest of the month, there are two more lives. On the 28th next week, we're going to talk about micro bags. That's a huge hot topic this month. And we've got one member live coming up. So if you're a member, if you go to the Luxury Live Show and the member-only playlist, you will see these live streams available for you. And because we had that month to learn and, speak to all the members, we have found a new schedule to add on new lives between me and Amy, because I'm in Singapore, Amy, you're in Canada.
Yeah.
There's coordination, right? So we had to find a new timing to add on this content for everyone, for our members. So in August, we've got two more. And in September, people, we've been working hard to come up with this because you asked for it and we got it. Okay, so in September, we got guests. So I know you love it when we have guests. So on the 4th of September, we got Mel in Melbourne coming on board. We're going to talk about Hermes. Ooh. And on the 11th of September, Clara is coming to join us.
Mm-hmm.
We put micro bags because we're not sure.
I'm going to try to convince her because she's
trying to convince her.
No, I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't like it.
So it's a huge month for September because we're going to get quite a few special guests. And then on the 25th, that's going to be on Amy. So you see those little Doraemons there, the one with like a K, that's me. The one with the flower, that's Amy. So that's kind of like us. On the 25th, we put it as public, but I put a little red box around there because we are working with one more potential, really amazing special guest going to be on Amy's side. But we don't know if that's going to be member or not member because of certain things. So as long as you're a member, you'll definitely see it. But yes, so keep September in your schedule. And then we've got two more member-only lives on the Sundays.
Yes. And just for those who just arrived, basically the blue boxes are the members live, the membership, those of you who are members will see those. And then the green ones are just everyone can see. And
correct.
If you watched earlier, Kat explained very carefully. But basically, this is our calendar for the foreseeable future.
Mm-hmm.
Some exciting guest speakers coming in.
Yep. That's going to be really fun. So moving forward, we will, if there are any changes, we'll put the calendar, but maybe we'll just have a quick snapshot just for people who don't, if they forget. And then as October comes and November, we'll keep everybody updated on the comments. Because we kind of like having, a bit of a schedule, right? Because our lives are so busy. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to talk about value for bags, and I'm going to let Amy start.
Yes. Okay, so the way we define value for bags is not necessarily the price per se. Like, it doesn't have to be the cheapest thing they offer. It's just something that we feel are a good price for sure for what you get, and also how practical that item is, and also like just just something that you would assume that is yeah, and you guys understand what value means. And also we're not including micro bags because that doesn't count really as like regular bags. So from Prada, I chose 3 items. I really, really like the Reedition 2000 shoulder bag. I feel like, yes, it is a trend and it is a smaller bag, but I feel like this bag, being what it is and just around the $1,000 mark plus taxes, is really, really reasonable. Regardless of the trend, right? Take away the trend, even take away the branding. It is a very good sort of everyday, even evening bag. And as long as you're able to downsize a little bit, I think it works out really well, but it still fits a ton. And then right below it, I also put a bucket bag. So with Prada especially, I didn't choose any of their leather bags. I'm sure a lot of leather bags are also good value, especially if you need something. I feel like they have some good options for work, but I just really, really love their nylon offerings. I just feel like it's one of those materials where you don't have to think about it. So it's hard wearing. And because it's hard wearing, you'll end up cost per wear being lower, which is what value is all about too, right? So I feel like a good bucket bag is something that's easily thrown around. Just pack it to the brim if you want, but everything is inside. In fact, Hey June just unboxed one of these and she loves it. So I thought I would put it in. And plus, I'm a big fan of bucket bags myself. I used to have 3 or 4 of them before. I still have my Chanel one, and they are just so easy to use. And then finally, I also put their backpack, even though not everyone's going to need a backpack, especially luxury one. But if you love a luxury backpack, I feel like a nylon one, you just can't go wrong. It's great for traveling. It's great for mommies. And if you just want to use one for school, why not, I suppose. But obviously we're talking luxury, right? So this is just more of what we pick that we think are still good value for what you get, but obviously they're still expensive. But let's just let's just move past the point of just money, right? Like, we are a luxury channel.
Yep.
So yeah.
Awesome picks. I love them. Actually, the backpack, it's not backpack, sorry, the bucket bag. I didn't know that Prada had these kind of really cute small size bucket bags until Clara got one. She got one with a little bit of embroidery, or was it like sparkles? She has some stars on it. And she loves it. She's like, this is such a great little size. It's easy to get in and out of, crossbody. So after that, I was like, oh, okay, bucket bag, yes.
Yes, and also my slides are in Canadian dollars. So I think Canadian dollars and Singapore dollar is close
Pretty
enough,
close.
but except that our price doesn't include taxes yet. So if you want to just know the ballpark of how much they cost, just tag on an extra 15% to the prices, then you'll get ballpark how much it costs.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. There's one Prada bag that if I was doing the slide, you know what other bag I will add? I'll add
The
that
crystal.
crystal Prada one.
You know why I
Honestly,
didn't add it? Because that's not everyone's gonna feel like it's value for money for that
That's
one, just
true.
because it's such a look. And unless you already dress very, or you just like that kind of bag, but I feel like just to be on the safe side, I just added the most basic one because I feel like everyone likes the basic one.
That's true. That's true. That bag, I think if Chanel made something like that, it would be so much more expensive.
Oh yeah.
But it is so gorgeous. Okay, so thank you. Let me go to the next slide.
Okay. I know you guys, like we talked about it, I know you guys like us to talk about other brands than just Chanel, Hermes, LV. So we're giving it to you. Salvatore Ferragamo. Oh my goodness, their bags are cute. And
Cute.
talk about value for money. Okay, so with Salvatore, it's not a brand where everyone's gonna be like super excited, right? When they see it or when they shop it even. However, if you want money, if you want value for your money, and if you just care about using your items, you don't care about resale, you don't care about trending, you should pay them a visit because they have beautiful things and their prices are so reasonable. So just out of I actually feature four. So the first two I feature are their smaller size ones, since we're so much into nano and micro and mini bags nowadays. Their Varabo mini bag, which is a camera bag, is so darn cute. It's very simple. It only has that little kind of bow in it, but I love the addition of the top handle. I just feel like you get so much for what you get. Like you get a lot of leather. The zip around doesn't look like it would be too hard to get in and out. Like some zippers are just they just feel like I feel like the zippers that go horizontally, they're harder to get in and out. Like my Chanel vanity, that's harder. But the stuff, the zips that go vertically, I feel like it's an easier kind of more. It's more like like it's easier for you to move that way to open a bag and to close a bag. So I really like the design. And then right next to it, I chose something that doesn't it remind you of a Celine bag or even
Yes,
the
I was just thinking. I was like, where is that look coming from?
yes,
Yes.
exactly. Like right now, Celine has this sort of print. I mean, I'm sure it's not just right now, but they have a bag that is very similar to this. And then even if you don't think about Celine, the shape itself is very similar to a Bobby, which a ton of people like right now. For me, circular bags are not my favorite shape, but if I want to just have fun with one and I don't want to spend a ton of money, I would definitely check out this one. And if you just look at the inside, there's like different layers of the cup of the flaps, and it's leather line, it's colorful. It just looks so good. And look at the price. Check out the price. It's so reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah, when we were looking at this, we were like, ooh, Ferragamo. It
Yeah.
is a really, really good, I mean, understated because, yeah, like you said, right, there's not many people talking about it. But when we were looking at it, it was like, yeah, they've got really good looking bags, high quality. I have a friend who has a Ferragamo bag and she loves it. She says the leather is amazing. And then the pricing compared to what we usually talk
Oh
about,
yeah.
this is a deal.
Night and day. It's crazy affordable in a sense for luxury, right?
Absolutely.
So if you move to the next slide, Kat, I featured two more Ferragamo bags because I mean they just have so many good ones. But I decided to go with the larger ones, but specifically the ones that are good for work. I feel like we get asked a lot, "Oh, what kind of luxury bag would you suggest for work?" And I never have the answer because I always feel like, LV does have a lot of canvas and larger size briefcase bags, but they are a little bit loud because of the monogram. And even if you went with the checker, I feel like everybody knows that it's an LV bag nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
And other brands, they're just so pricey. And sometimes I almost feel like when you go to work, even if you want to be put together and even if you just want something luxury, um, you don't want to spend that much money. Like that's how I feel. I feel like it's a work bag is something that I do throw around that I don't have to baby and that I can just really use it, right? So these two, especially the one on the left, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Like top handle, really nice shape, super spacious. It looks like it's leather line. It just looks so yummy. Even the color on this one is like so beautiful. And it comes with a strap. Obviously, I don't like the look of the strap worn crossbody, but at least you have the option, right? It's all about option. It's all about value for money on this show, on this live stream. And then right next to it, we have a different version of it, a little bit more open. It kind of is like the Birkin and the Kelly on this slide. So you have kind of like the more Birkin, kind of more open, easy to get in and out of. And it's very roomy. It just looks really well made. And I mean, check out the price. It has a 2 in front.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, when we say it has a 2 in front of, like looking at Chanel and you're looking at an SLG at 2, you get a full bag from Ferragamo.
Exactly.
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness.
if I wanted a leather bag that is very good value, I'll check out these ones. I'm super attracted to the one on the left. It's so nice.
Actually, I think the gray one gives me a bit of like, you know, there is one bag that had a lot of rock studs at the bottom.
Oh,
Uh, it was quite like a Rocco bag. And was it called a rocker bag? Do you remember the one that Alexander Wang, is it? Wang.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess
I
kind
don't
of
know the
like,
name of the bag though.
yeah. So there's lots of studs at the bottom, which is it's different, right? It gives because if it didn't have that additional feature, it just looks like a normal bag. But you know, she's slightly turned up. You can see like, oh, what's that at the bottom? It's like embellishments, makes it a little bit more interesting. I like it.
Yeah.
I actually really like, and the color, it's like Itan.
Yes. I mean, they have more than these colors, but I just picked two that look so attractive. And like the moment I see it, I think work bag. And it just looks like you get a ton of bag for your money.
Absolutely beautiful. Okay.
Okay, up next. Of course, we have to talk about our favorite brands, right? Hermes. Okay, look, I'm not gonna say that I know a ton of Hermes bags, but just from what I know and just from aesthetic wise, what I like when I see it and that I feel is good value are these three. I don't think they need a ton of introduction. We have the Picotin bucket bag on the left. We have our garden party. The garden party comes in canvas as well, not just leather versions. And then, of course, we have our Evelyn, which a ton of you love. The Evelyn is, in my knowledge, it is probably the cheapest price wise, right? Cheapest
I think
price
so.
handbag that Hermes offers. I mean, these three are very close in. I think pricing wise, the Picotin is like it starts in the 3,000 plus tax, obviously, and then the Evelyn is like 2,000 plus tax, and then I think for the garden party it runs between 3 and 5, depending on what combination leather, canvas, size you get. But for Hermes, I mean, in Hermes territory, these are such good value. You still get the same craftsmanship. Obviously, they're more simple as bags, right? And they don't look like much if you don't know the brand. Like, I would think that Hermes is not everyone knows it. I feel like LV everyone knows by now. I think LV everyone knows the prints, even the checker one. But I feel like with Hermes, not everyone still knows their bags, and so it can be so understated, but you still get a ton of value for what you get. And I know Kat loves these bags.
I do. I love. Actually, the Evelyn grew on me but I'm not a fan of the bigger sizes. For me, it just overwhelms my body frame. But
I
I've seen
agree.
people, yeah, carry the bigger. I think maybe the medium size, and they look so good with. Usually, they are taller. So when they're taller, it just goes with the entire aesthetic, right? The look. But ever since I've seen like the smaller ones with the bright colors, I was like, okay, I think the Evelyn is an option for a crossbody bag, easy to get in and out of. And if I wanted like a really pop of color, something that I wouldn't spend a lot of money on, but I still wanted a bit of Hermes, I would consider the Evelyn. Even the Picotin would be a good one.
Exactly. And that is why I put the smallest size. Like I put the 18 for the Picotin. I put the size extra small TPM for the Evelyn. And then the garden party is everyone's own sort of needs, what they want. But yeah, they are truly great value. And like Kat said, if you want to just try their leathers, because not everyone's after their quota bags, right? So if you just
True.
want to have the experience of their leathers and their craftsmanship and just the vibrancy of the different colors, yeah, just play around with these three bags,
Absolutely.
and you can get so much out of it.
Yes. I would love a Picotin in 18
Yeah.
later on.
Okay, well, last but not least, obviously, I have to talk about my favorite brand, my favorite Chanel, my favorite fashion house, Chanel. Okay, so I feel like these are so given, like obvious choices, but we'll talk about them anyway. So starting from the right, actually, anything that is considered mini flap. So obviously here, this is a mini flap with top handle. So it's, well, it started off as a seasonal flap, but I feel like they will continue making this from now on. I feel like this is sort of something that they will keep doing for the foreseeable future. So I'm including the top handle seasonal mini flap as well as the regular mini flap. So regular rectangle and regular square mini flap. Because in Chanel territory, okay? Because I know
Yeah,
Chanel is
Chanel
expensive,
territory.
right? I hear all sides of arguments and I agree. But in Chanel territory and pricing wise, the minis are still worth it, especially if you don't have one. If you don't have one, if you're after your first bag, I feel like that's a great place to start. So hopefully we all agree on that. And then moving to the middle slide, we have myself wearing my reissue flap. Not necessarily the graffiti one, because that one's seasonal, but I feel like if you don't like, some people don't like the flashy CC logo, right? If you don't like that and you prefer something more understated, then there's always the reissue mini flap, which they have reintroduced since, was it 2019? Yes. It was Métier d'Art 2019, 19A. They reintroduced the mini size, not in double flap, which is amazing because the price point is so much better. I think the price is the same as the mini flap, so it's just another choice. And then on the left side, we have my Coco handle. Again, I feel like the Coco handle is a no-brainer. It's one of those bags where you just get so much bag for the money, like Chanel wise, right? And it's a different look than your typical minis if you're not into the just like the regular mini. Then the Coco handle offers more femininity, it's more evening, and it's just the style to collect basically.
It's gorgeous. And of course, like we said, right, it's value for money in each brand, and of course Chanel is top tier, but these bags, they hold their value. I mean,
oh, absolutely, yes.
It's one of those evergreen, it's always sought after. And then now me looking at that Coco handle, maybe I should get it now before another price increase comes. FOMO.
Well, no, Kat. I feel like for you, it's okay not to get it. I feel like for you, it's still better to get the Kelly because maybe the Coco handle is still a bit too structured. Or maybe there's just something about the Coco handle that I feel like since you've resisted for so long that you probably should just
get the Kelly.
Like it's like, at the end of the day, like there are bags that don't work for me and there are bags that don't work for you. So like it's just one of those things where you just go with your own aesthetics and I mean they're good value, but it's as long as they work in your lifestyle. You have to use these things to have value, right? To make use of that good value.
Wow, but beautiful. I love that last side where you had all the colors. That iridescent white is just wow, beautiful. Okay, thank you, Amy. All right, let me go to mine. And I think I picked the same amount of brands. So we'll start off with the one and only LV. How can we not have a value for money deck without talking about these 3 bags from LV? Yeah. Whatever it is, they are canvas bags, but they have lasted like forever and people still love them. The Speedy, the Neverfull, and then of course the gorgeous Elma. And for what you're paying, you're actually getting a really good bag. Now these prices were taken when did we do this? About a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
And I believe the prices have gone up. I'm not mistaken, maybe in the States they've already gone up or they're going up. So whatever, even if they went up, they're still in a really good value price. I still have my vintage, well, not vintage, I still have my Speedy B. It's a bag that I know I can continue to use because it's canvas, it's hardy. It's almost like an all-weather bag. And if you want to use it for traveling, it's also a really good option. And then the Neverfull, just like the name says, Neverfull. Looking for a tote that is tough, very easily recognizable, but everyone just loves their totes, right? Whether it's the small, the PM, the MM, or even the GM, because if you need a bigger bag, like a mummy bag, the Neverfull is a really good bag, right? It's Yeah, it is just
It
an
is. I
amazing
have two
tote.
of those.
Yeah, you have two of them. That's right. And then, of course, the Elma BB. Actually, this got a lot of votes when we did the Bag Olympics. We're quite surprised that it was one of the bags that said we still love it. No matter what, right? And people say, oh, I'm so bored with canvas. I'm so bored of this. But when you put them side by side with another bag, people still go for the Elma. So let us know. What do you guys think? We saw a few, like, I think I saw another video from our favorite girl here, Isabel. She's like, is it still relevant? And I think it is. What do you think?
It is. I think we can't. I feel like everyone goes through the phases, right? So everyone has to start somewhere. I don't believe that everyone is capable of just starting straight Hermes or Chanel, right? It's almost you have to start from somewhere. And LV is, for me, the brand where you want to start from, because it's not to take away anything from the brand, and it's not to say that it's a basic brand, not at all, because they make beautiful bags and they make very functional bags.
Yeah.
To me, if I look at if I analyze my collection, right, just from the point of view of even now, which is quite elaborate at this point, to me, I need these bags in my collection, because
Yes.
that's what you want to buy LV for. I love their canvas bags, and especially the most simple, basic ones, because those are the ones that actually are durable and you can throw around. You can make use of so much. Value for money and cost per wear is so minimal. There is a place and time for all brands and for all materials, as long as you have that need in your life, right? So I don't look at it from a, oh, it's too basic point of view. Like, not at all. I love these bags. They're amazing.
They're good. And canvas, like if you live, like for me in Singapore, it's been raining every day here. These are the bags that I would take out. Right? I'm not going to bring my full leather bag out. I would rather take a canvas bag. I know that if I get it wet, I can easily wipe it clean. I don't have to worry about, my leather soaking in the water. So yeah, a time and place for these bags. And at this price, look, there's still a 2. Of course, you cannot compare, okay? So our starting point is today, not when it was below 3 digits. You can't go back in time. You can only go forward. And at today's prices, it is still value for your money. You can get a lot of use out of these bags. All right, let me go to the next slide. Okay, Bottega. And I had to pick all 3 of the greens because I'm in green. I'm in green heaven right now. So my mini pouch for a very full leather bag, well made. It's weaved, it's different, it's unique. When I look at something with a 2 in front today, I say it's great value. Coming from a Bottega, which is some of their bags are so expensive, 4,000-5,000, which is one of the, I think, points that a lot of people made, past, or bags from Bottega is getting very expensive. But if you want a bit of that luxury from this luxury house where their leather quality is amazing, try out the mini pouch. The bigger pouch may not be too big. It's too big, but this would be just nice and small and cute. And I have been loving my pouch. I don't know if you can see, it's right at the back. And then in the center, something that I have been hemming and hawing is also a gorgeous bag from Bottega. This is the mini Jody, and Amy also has been looking out at it.
I know.
The members know. So this bag, at that price again, so it's such a statement piece. It's unique because there's no other brands today that have this kind of weaving and then they make a knot at the handle. I think it's a great little bag. The only thing is it's handheld, right? But I feel like there is a time and place for these kind of little bags. And the color range, oh my goodness, the color range in Bottega is phenomenal. So many colors, beautiful, bright, gorgeous colors that can suit anyone. I went for the bright parakeet green, but I saw yellow, I saw gray, pinks, other shades of green. So if you're looking for pops of color, which from a more luxurious leather house, Bottega is a good one to look for. Okay, and the last, this actually really shocked me. When I saw the price, I had to go. I had to be there. I'm like, what is this new bag? This is a new launch from Bottega called the Mini Loop. They don't have many colors today. So I think sort of similar to the Mini Jody is the new launch. It's 1,600 Singapore dollars. People, it's 1,000. There's a one. There's a
Value
one.
for money for you.
And if you're looking for a camera style bucket bag, thicker straps compared to the mini pouch, good size, it fits a lot. I had some pictures with putting my phone inside. Oh my gosh, it's a one. It's a new launch price. So I do see this bag to get more expensive in the future, and more colors are gonna come up. So if you like green, go get this bag now. Value for money. Okay, I really feel this is value for money.
I totally agree. I feel like with Bottega, the value for money that you get is in the variety of the colors. Because especially if you have a boring boring, right? Boring as in like, the neutral colors, and you just want to spice up your collection and add fun pieces, Bottega is where you want to go, because literally every time they open their drawer is like eye candy. Literally, it's like a rainbow of colors.
Oh, that's
And
right.
I have tried the Jody. Not in this green though. I tried it in a darker green, and at the time they had a purple, sort of like a purple fuchsia. It was so good. Like no matter what color you choose, and I don't even buy green. I like the color, but I don't even buy green. But even on that day, I felt like, wow, it looks so good.
Yes.
Somehow
oh my
they
God.
just work.
Yeah. And the colors it's like it's bright and it stands out. So amazing. So if you're looking for those kind of pops of colors, from one of the really top tier luxury houses with leather, Bottega does have value for money ones. You just need to find one that suits your lifestyle, maybe handheld like the one in the middle, or wait maybe when the mini loop comes up with more colors, and I'm sure they always will. You can go for the mini loop. It still has a one.
Yeah, and one thing I want to add also is that when I looked at this leather in person, because on picture it's so hard to see. On picture it looks very shiny, but when you look at it in person, it's actually a little matte. But then I feel like because it's a lambskin, the more you use it, the more it becomes yummier. Like the color the color translates so well in photograph for some reason, even though the leather is slightly matte. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. When you take it out, right, it's like, oh, but in photos, it has this sheen on it, right? It's just it looks so luxurious. And that is it. The leather is luxurious. Oh gosh, I love it. I'm looking at it going like, maybe I should go and get Okay, let's do this one. So I only got two selections from Loewe. Now Loewe is a more expensive luxury house. They are compared to Hermes. They're like the Hermes of Spain, right? That's what they're called. Because their bags are really, really well made. Everyone that has the puzzle bag says this is an amazing bag. It's an alternative to, say, the Lindy, an alternative to the Speedy, but you get it from the luxury house, full leather, with everything as well. So I'm picking the small size. So if you go, you need a bigger size, the medium, even the large, it's more expensive. But for value, for something that you can use every day, crossbody, not too large, but carries your essentials for a daily bag, the Loewe puzzle bag in the size small is a really good choice. And again, just like Bottega, so many colors. They even have this one, which is tri-color. They mix the colors up. Every season, they have these different combinations, and it's just slightly more expensive. Like, if you saw this in a different luxury house, when they do a little bit more unique style, it'll probably be like 500-600, maybe 1,000 more. But look at the difference. It's only 100 more for extra work, because you got to like put different pieces together. Oh my gosh. I like it. I've always wanted a puzzle bag, but yeah, other bags got in the way. But if you're looking for something that, has this shape, great for work, great for going out, doesn't have much logo, so therefore it's very understated, Loewe also has this bag. But do you like this? Do you like this, Amy?
Oh, I love it. I don't have one in my collection, but I've always admired this bag. And that's the thing, that's what's fun about fashion, is that each fashion house has their sort of signature look and their signature item, or their signature bag. And I feel like this is definitely signature of Loewe. If I were to get anything from the brand, it will be this. And like you said, their prices are not the most cheapest in the, you know, world of luxury, but you do get what you pay for. I feel like
Mm,
this bag, I've only heard praises from everyone. No one's complained about quality issues, no one's complained about leather issues. So it's one of those things where you just know you're buying into reliability, which is good. Just good to
yeah.
know. Like, it's just how Hermes is, right? Every time I buy something from Hermes, I feel like I'm buying into more than just the brand. I'm buying into the quality, which is, for me, that's value.
Yeah. And this bag, I think there were a few, because I watched a few reviews of it. One of the unique things is the way the handle is made. The whole brand is very architectural. So they use this kind of like design elements. So the handle, it just looks like a normal handle, but if you look at it, when you go and see it in stir, the way the two hooks are made, it's sort of slightly, I don't use the word twisted, but it's like off-centered, and because of that, the handle is, I don't know. It's architectural people tell me it's sort of like curved. It's so interesting, and all the other bags. If you know maybe the puzzle is not for you, but there are other bags like the hammer, the balloon. All of them have a very interesting design element to it. So the puzzle bag is definitely one of them as well. Okay, we got to pick a little fun one. So I did a bit of a comparison because this is actually a very popular bag. I don't have a need for it, but if I live next to the beach, you know, I have a beach
Sydney.
house, you know, I'm just going down every day, or maybe I live next to a huge park and I can go picnicking all the time. Why not get a bougie basket bag? And honestly, it's not that expensive. It doesn't burn a huge hole in your pocket. You get that, you know, add a bit of a luxury to it, because at 750 Singapore dollars, you have the exact sort of same from YSL at the top there. Look at that. It's double, more than double. And you get one from
Yeah, I
Loewe.
believe. Yeah, exactly. And even Prada has their version of the basket bag, which is, I'm pretty sure it's closer to the YSL price too. So I feel like this one, you actually do get a ton of bag for a basket bag in the luxury world. And it's really cute. I really love that patch in front. The leather patch is really signature. I like they do that. Their strap is asymmetrical. It just adds to the design, right? It's just little things, little details.
And this bag, because you see, like the strap has that longer bit, it's actually adjustable. So I have the Foray Lepage tote with the adjustable strap, and I can tell you, it is such a great feature to have. If you're wearing a coat or your bag's extra sort of, filled, having that option of lengthening the strap changes the bag entirely. So this basket bag, I can just imagine you put lots of fruits inside, or you put, whatever, lots of things. If the strap is too short and you want to carry it at your shoulder, it's not that comfortable. But now you can extend it. So there are little things like that. And I thought at $750, not bad, Loewe. All right. YSL, of course. Even though they had an expensive basket bag, I would go for the leather, which is also about the same price. Look at that. They're shopping their Saint Laurent supple leather shopping bag is $1,700. Come on. Anything with a one right now, I mean, it's value, okay, for luxury, because we're in the luxury community. If you're looking for a nice, really good leather, very soft, YSL has one. If you're not a fan of, let's say you want canvas, you say, maybe the Neverfull is a little too, maybe too loud for you, or you want something more understated, this is a very popular bag. Just a little bit of stamping of gold there, but from afar you can't see it. So it's like your own little luxury. And at $1,700, I think it's a great value for money. But if you say, no, I don't really use totes, actually you prefer camera bags, this is, I've got another picture for camera bags, but this is one that is a little bit larger, quite similar to my Chanel bag. So boxier, and this is one of those shapes that is evergreen. Anybody can find a use for a camera bag. Traveling, going out, just for a quick run to the supermarket. Even for work, you could probably use this if you work in a different kind of setting, like maybe on a Friday, it's a dress down day. It is a good bag to put just enough for the whole day. So you get two options here. Big laptop can go in, and just something small for just every day. I love it.
Yeah, I love a good camera bag, and especially in one of our members only live stream, we were sharing one of our members' collection, and it was a camera bag from YSL, and it's a smaller
let me go
version,
to
but
this one.
yes,
so you're gonna talk about it.
yes. Oh, so you're gonna talk about it, right? So yeah, it's just amazing the kind of wear and tear you can get on these things, even on a light color. So it just goes to show that not always expensive means the best. Obviously, we all know that, but sometimes we just need to hear it again. And yeah, YSL camera bags, you get so much value for what it is.
Yeah, so if you want something even smaller and compact, I first saw this bag on Isabel's channel. I was like, that camera bag's even smaller. So compared to the previous one, which is a little bit bigger. So maybe if you have bigger things, so you just need to carry a little bit of extra space, right? You need that space for, I don't know, maybe a little notebook. Then you can go for this one. But you say, actually, maybe it's a little larger for me. They have another option, slightly cheaper. And this one has the additional feature of a side pocket. So outside, there's a little piece of space where you put your tickets, maybe some cash, your card. And the colors again, oh my goodness. Look at that. So
I know. I mean, that's the thing. So our member shared with us that she spilled coffee on it. Her baby made a mess on it, and it was still fine. So it's just one of those things where a lot of you ask us, like, oh, I want a white bag, I want luxury, but I just don't want to spend an arm and a leg. Which one should I go for? This is your answer. Go for the white version of this. This is such a good version. And there is proof.
There's proof. She said it puked on it. I was like, ah! And this bag is a champion. It's a trooper. It just went through. No problem. Wipe it off. I'm all right. So, if I'm always afraid of white bags, I can never imagine spending too much. But I can actually imagine buying myself one of these white bags. At $1,700, I can take the risk. I'm like, okay. I get my YSL, I get my luxury, I get a great bag, functional, and I get my white. So if you're looking for that, and I agree with Amy, it's just one of those bags that you can actually sort of be adventurous with. Okay, I've got one
even
more.
that yellow looks so good.
Right. Okay, so this is another tote. So if you want something more boxy, which there are people I like boxy bags. And I actually really like this Sac de Joie. It was very popular a few years ago, but I feel like people still really love this bag. It's not, I guess, not shown as much on social media, but social media is not real life, right? In real life, I've seen people still carry this, and it comes with different sizes. You've got the nano, the mini, the small, even the large. And this is like YSL's take on, to me, like the Birkin, because it looks like the Birkin, right? Top handle. And it has an additional, I say like a plus point, because you can actually have straps on it. So I've heard of people adding straps to the Birkin because they want to carry it. Well, get the Sac de Joie from YSL. It is a really good, high quality bag. Great for work, and yeah, again, great leather, good price point. Still has a 2 in front of it.
Right? That's like a really good indicator. Oh, does it start with a 1 or a 2? But no, you're right. Like I'm personally not a fan of this bag. I tried it many times myself in the past because it was so hot for a while, right? Everyone was getting into this bag. So even though I'm not a fan, it doesn't matter because a ton of people own this bag and a ton of people love it. So it just goes to show everyone has different tastes, different lifestyle. And if this one is for you, then go for it, because I mean, you're getting a lot of leather, you're getting a lot of bag, and it's still YSL. Like, YSL is a great brand.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so those are our picks. Let us know in the chat section which are your picks. Maybe you have some of them in your collection as well. Let us know. We're going to move into the Q&A, so you can put a bunch of question marks in front of your question so that let us see your question and we'll pull it to the front. So while you do that, just give us about 5 minutes, okay? And if you're watching this on rerun, we'll put some timestamps so that you can skip forward, because we want to chat a little bit more about the membership, not to sell it to you, but really to give you an idea of what has happened since the past month that we've been doing it. Okay. All right. So just to preface this, Amy and I were very process driven, and we really want to set some goals for this membership. Okay. I know it's a little bit like what? There's a goal for the membership? Yes, there is. Because when we started it last year, we wanted more of filling up the time during the pandemic and all. But after a few months, we really saw something growing from this community. And now that we've done it for a year, we've really discussed it and sort of solidified what we want to do with the whole live show and the live stream, not just any other live stream. We want to do something different. So the first thing is we really want to build a tight-knit luxury community. And the members who are already members and supporters, I think you understand what we've been doing. We're trying to get everyone together through the member-only lives. And there is a Lux community that is slowly growing among us. And because of that, we are going to create more diverse and inclusive content. We have already started it with the member-only content. So we've received emails on the member collections, the FOMO, and this is going to keep going, and we're going to keep improving on it.
Yeah, in other words, this is sort of our mission statement, I suppose, and we're here to share it with you. Like, because we're actually, after 1 month of having this membership, we're actually seeing something coming to fruition. So Kat is going to get into it more so that you guys see it, understand what we're about.
So process driven. Okay. 1 month of a proof of concept, testing it out. We have a little bit of a roadmap of, we really want to show you what we are thinking of, not just throw this membership at you and just say, all right, support it. No, we actually are working really hard and behind the scenes to share these things with you. So we started it last year on the 27th of June, and we did our first joint live. Before that, it was sort of like fun times and all, but we're making it into something more solid now. So in the first phase of this membership, we kicked it off last month, and then we created 2 levels of this member support. So we had the crew and the committee. And this 1 month, we've learned a lot of things. We've learned there are some things that are a bit of a work in progress. Firstly, the YouTube platform is, this membership on the YouTube platform is a new thing for YouTube. It's still in a trial process. So there are a lot of dependencies of what we want to do. When we did this, we were like, big bang, remove all the public, put it into member only. But then we realized some of you could not see the videos. So there is that YouTube platform that is a little bit holding us back from our bigger goals, but step by step, right? So one thing is the work in progress is the platform. Secondly is the transition that we want to create this community that we're talking about. And then education for us as we learn on this platform, as we learn the content. And then, of course, with the members, getting you guys used to, emailing us, chatting with us, and then growing that community. And then we're going to create more and more levels. And then finally, we don't know, maybe 2 phases, 3 phases, definitely not 10 years down the line. We're talking, in a coming year, we're going to slowly roll it out. We really are going to do 90% member-only lives, right? This is our ultimate goal, okay? We don't know when, as we, again, the YouTube platform is something that we have to work with it, right? We're going to create the Luxee board. And I'm not going to talk too much about it, just very briefly. We want to do partner hosting. So we get our other colleagues, or our other luxury collaborators here. We'll make them to be hosting it. So these are some ideas that we have. And we're going to create this ecosystem for everyone. And of course, more and more things to come as we grow. So we have this pioneer group of members already, which we really want to say thank you to you, because of you, we have learned already. In that 1 month, we have fixed the certain things, and we started really solidifying our ideas.
Exactly. So basically, you're just seeing this as a high level explanation, and we literally just summarized it within 2 minutes for you. But behind the scenes, and our goal is a lot of work involved. And you saw it on our calendar, right? We're
Yeah.
not just, we're turning this into something special, into something so. You just imagine a large group of friends, like minded, and everyone can be candid and just non-judgmental, but it's that kind of sort of atmosphere that we're after and that we have already and are experiencing, which is amazing.
Yeah,
So
amazing.
yeah.
Okay, just very quickly on this, because during that month we've learned this thing on the YouTube platform. So we'll start with this. So a lot of questions like, hey, I'm a committee member, but I can't find the videos, or I've joined as a crew, but I can't see it. And then another one is, how do I tell which is member and which is not member? So very, very quickly, I think the members already know. So firstly, if you're a Luxee committee, nothing changes to you. You have all access to the existing luxury live show, public, and of course public, and then the member only ones. But because of the platform, you just need to check the playlist, right? So whether it is the luxury live show playlist, if you don't see it there, you're like, oh, where is it? Come to the member only playlist for both of us. We will always get our member playlist in sync. So if it's on Amy's channel, you will see the same one on us. So whatever it is, just do a little bit of search. And because the platform, again, it is not 100%. It is always there for you. Now, if you're a crew member, you will have delayed telecast for the member only live. So if you say today is the member only live, you won't be able to see it yet. We will allow the we'll allow the committee to see first. So we're taking about maybe 1 to 2 weeks. Let them see first, and then it will be open to you. Today, the library in the member only live is small, right? Because we've only started. But as this grows, you will have more and more content to see. And then, of course, the member only exclusive videos will also be there, and you will have delayed telecast for it. So what will happen? If you click on those member only lives that are not yet open to you, you will see this kind of like error. And don't worry, come back again within the week. You take a look at the date and you will see this not there anymore. So it's like sort of like a notice, it's only for the committee. But if you're a crew, there is delayed telecast, okay? And then finally, if you're on the public side, as we said earlier, our goal is to transition it to members only. And that is something that we plan for. So we're going to target to keep up to 1 month in the public space, 2 if there are 5 weeks. But this is going to be gradual. Amy and I, we have big dreams. We went all in. We're like, okay, big bang approach. When you do some kind of like thing, you just go all in. But of course, communication and growing it is something that we have also learned. And with the platform also, enhancing itself, we have to grow with the platform. So what will happen is if you are on the public side, you will see, if you click on the luxury live show on the members only playlist, you will see this kind of like message, right? So that's just yeah. Okay, we had also one question. Do I need to join on the both channels? Yes. If the member only lives are on Amy's side, then it is on Amy's side that you have to join, and then on my side. So the answer is yes. And finally, let me just pop the calendar again today. So we are planning always ahead of time. We don't plan the week before. As we said, in August, we already have 5 member only lives. Today is the public. We've got 2 more coming up. And we've created the Sunday luxury live shows as well, combined with us. So this is new as we worked out the schedule. And then in September, because if you came in late, just very quickly, right? In September, we have special guests coming. Mel in Melbourne on the 4th of September, Clara on the 11th, and then we've got one more very special one coming up. We really hope that we can arrange the timing for that session. And it's red box because we don't know if we're going to make it member or not member. All right. Let's get into the live chat. All right. Let me just get out of this.
Yeah. So while Kat gets back onto the your comments on the live chat, just in case you're confused about the playlist, don't be, because the playlist on Kat's side is the same playlist on my side. So whichever playlist you click on is the same playlist. It just so happen where whichever channel you're on that week, or whoever's hosting that week, it's the same playlist. So you'll find all the videos there, but it's just that if you're a member, then you'll have access to everything. If you're not a member, then you'll have access to the ones that are like we call it public, basically.
Okay. I'm just picking some comments out now. Practical Mommy Loves Luxury by Danny. Okay, I'm surprised to see a Ferragamo studio bag in the thumbnail. I thought you didn't like a lot of metal. Actually, if it's too much, I'm not the biggest fan, but it's not bad. the little bit of like at the bottom, right? It's nice. It's a little touch of extra.
I feel like not liking something or hate, like, sometimes we see on YouTubers thumbnail, oh, hate, it's like 5 items that I hate, will never buy, like those words are very strong. I don't ever feel that way anyway for myself, because just because something I don't buy or that is not for me doesn't mean that I hate it. It's just that I'd rather buy something else. That's it. It's there's never really any hate, honestly, with anything.
Okay, I see somebody's got the crystal bag. Emily, the Prada crystal bag is such a look for that price. Yes, oh my goodness. I have been on the website going like, should I just buy it and try it? But yeah, I shall
You want
admire
too many
it from
things.
I want so many things. So I'm like, okay, come on, pull myself back. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just going down. So remember, if you got any question, yes, okay, thank you. Yeah, got any question, leave a question mark at the front. Alexander Wang Rocco bag. That's the one I was thinking. It has that similarity, but not too much of it, because the Rocco bag is one of those bags that it's a look, it's a flex, but I heard it's very heavy because of all the entire base. It's just hardware. So that's actually quite heavy. My luxury stories. I so agree with Prada. Even their Saffiano totes are great value. They are. Okay. Should I admire from afar?
We can't have it all, right? That's the thing. I think I saw one comment earlier from Jessie Style. Hi, babe. She said, oh, I sold my Coco handle. I miss it so much. And she wants to get it back. It's just sometimes you just live and learn, right? It's just one of those things.
All right, here we go. From Wen Li. Actually, what would you think about the Hermes Hazlan? Any feedback? I think it looks nice for work, but my friends think it's a waste of money and told me to just go for the Kelly or Birkin. Good question. Let me think. Which is the Hazlan again? Let me just check which is the Hazlan.
But I know that most of the other, because I remember looking at Purse Forum, and there's one forum where they talk about pricing of all the different styles of bags, and it's pretty inclusive. It's pretty comprehensive. And I remember just every other bag is more on the expensive side. So even though I don't know how much this one is exactly, because I'm not attracted to the bag itself, because I know which one I'm attracted to and those are the only ones I remember, then to me it's like less important. And so I think maybe your friend is coming from that point of view. Maybe like to her, like it's not like the other bags are that cheap aside from the 3 that were presented to you. So
yeah,
because you have to save so much money, or you have to spend so much money on these other bags that, the Birkin, the Kellys are, they are expensive, right? Why not just put the money there versus the other styles that you may not like and that are not as popular? But yeah, to each their own, right? You still have to, I don't know if you can try it out, but like you still have to see it for yourself at the end of the day.
Okay, there's this really good picture of the Hazlan from, I think this is Purse Bob. So I'm okay with the look of the Hazlan when it's sort of flat this way. But when it's lifted up, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it being like this. But when it's crossbody and that handles are folded over, I actually like the look. So I'm not talking about the Birkin or the Kelly in terms of value, but sort of like the look. I kind of like that. But the moment it's lifted up and you carry it like a tote, which you would think because it's functional, right? You can carry it as a tote. I actually don't like the look. It's sort of a bit odd, right? Look at that. It's a bit odd.
Yeah, it just gets you need to get used to. I'm trying to see how much it is. I'm on the purse
Oh, okay.
from now.
So let's talk about pricing, yeah? For this bag.
I got it. The price for the Hazan 25, it's 4,875 US. So that's US, right? So tag on another 30% for exchange rate and another 10% for tax. How much is that? 4,875.
Ooh.
That's 1.3.
Quite a
1. You're looking at almost 7. Like you're looking at in the low 6,000, almost $7,000 for this bag. So it's kind of like, it's like, is it that exciting? To me, no. I'd rather buy a picotin, right? And then also, if I'm gonna pay that much money, I'd rather go with Chanel. That's how I look at it, right? Like for me, I wouldn't feel excited about this bag, so I wouldn't really want to use it, and therefore it doesn't add value to my life, right?
Yeah, I think it's best not to compare the Kelly and the Birkin with the Haslan. People just love the Haslan, or they love the other. I saw somebody mention the Jeps here because of maybe it's just different, right? Like I love the toolbox. Not everybody loves the toolbox. But I can honestly tell you, I would not buy the toolbox from store. It's very expensive. And if I want that bag and I like it enough, I would actually go for a resale. And that's because they don't hold their value so much. Yeah. And I can get the same bag for much cheaper. So if you like the Haslan, you can get it. But it's expensive. So you love it enough, you may want to consider it, right? Of course, if you don't want, that's sure, go right ahead. But if you want to consider, you say, okay, you know what? I know that price. You might get a better price in the resale market. And sometimes the resale market, they have brand new pieces. Cheaper. So, yeah. I don't know. I saw some comments here. Our MK, thank you for waking up. And I want to say thank you, Amberly, for becoming a member. Thank you.
Yay.
Okay, so this one is from MK. I never played with the what bag is it again? The Haslan in person, but they prefer the Gypsy. So if any of you have the Haslan, maybe we can help Wenli out. What do you guys think of it? Steffi does. Okay, Steffi. I love the Haslan. It's super practical and understated. I don't own any of the Trinity bags, but gravitate to the non-quota bags. Yeah, so not everybody will want, because maybe your friend that commented to you, she's like, Kelly, go for the Kelly only. But like me, right? I went for the toolbox. It's just you like the look, you find that it's practical, it suits your lifestyle. Go for it. But for me personally, I may not buy it from the store. It's quite expensive.
But that's the thing, like not everyone is after the quota bags, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
Some of you you just want the other regular bags, which is totally fine. And that's the thing, like our values are different to begin with. So this is, the Haslan is not valuable to us, but if it adds value to you and to how you are going to use it, then go for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, love it. Okay, I'm just seeing lots of comments, a lot of chat. June, hello. Everybody's here. Oh, June, we love your collection, huh? Ooh, what is this? Hermes also has a puzzle bag copycat. Oh, forgot the name, but it did look equally nice, if not better. Really? I didn't know that.
I almost feel like every time we don't know something, we could just ask MK.
Yeah. Okay, KK, hello. The top handle on the puzzle bag is so comfortable. Even my medium puzzle bag, size puzzle, I can stuff the top handle and comfortably. Yes. Your bag looked amazing. it's like the color, the leather, and to get, the members to say, this is a really great bag. Not only us, right? Because we're always talking about our bags, but when people say, I have it, it's amazing. And we're like, yes, okay, proven.
And just want to shout out to KK Love CC because I just watched her video earlier today. Influence, but
I haven't watched
it's so
it.
funny.
Did you
It's the
come up with a
boomerang
video? Oh my
effect.
gosh.
Maybe you haven't seen it yet, but
I haven't. Okay, I'm gonna go.
when I saw it, I was like, yay!
Oh my gosh. Boomerang influence. Okay. So if you were
Honestly,
watching the member videos,
like back and forth.
oh my gosh, Amy's live stream was bad influence for all of us. KK was a huge
Yes.
catalyst there, and we're like, and then it, domino effect.
Yes. So that's what we love about the membership. It's like so much fun.
Okay, Joe Overjoy. Hey, babe. I enjoy many value for money bags in my 20s and 30s, but approaching 40, I felt a need to add a couple of quota bags. The unicorn. It's my midlife crisis at work. Anyone suffering from the same fate?
Me. We're the same age. So, yeah, I feel like that's the thing. Like I said earlier, you have to start somewhere. And unless your family is very wealthy and you can afford anything in your life, I feel like everyone who works for their own spending, for their own money, have to start somewhere. And I started off with Coach as my first luxury bag, if you call it luxury. And then, of course, LV, and then gradually moved to, and then now I'm in a position where I feel like I can explore Hermes, which is exactly what I'm doing.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to throw this question out. Okay, do you think that is the right strategy to start off with like this, sort of like a standard path, like you study, you do the step by step, you start off at the Coach and all, or is the strategy don't buy anything, just go for gold? What do you think?
I think both are, there's no wrong way. I honestly believe there's no wrong way. It's also your comfort level, because I personally don't believe that everyone will be comfortable saving every penny, every money, every dollar that they have just to shoot for the star, like to begin with, in their, say, 20s, right? I don't believe that everyone has that comfort level. I feel like that comfort level might also come with your upbringing. Like, not everyone is going to be comfortable holding a bag that costs more than their car, their whatever, like their whole, you know what I mean? Like, not everyone will have that comfort level, and I certainly didn't have that comfort level. It was not in my upbringing at all. It was so totally different from my upbringing. So I felt like, for me, the gradual evolution is the way that would have only worked for me. The other way around, I would have bought it. I would have been so afraid to touch it, to use it. I want to sell it, and like that would have been a disaster. Which actually happened. Like, I bought my first Chanel bag, hardly using it, and then selling it right away and losing money on a Chanel bag, which makes no sense to lose money on a Chanel bag, like on a brand new Chanel bag. So yeah, I feel like
interesting. Thank you. Yeah, because we always think like, oh, if only we didn't spend so much money on all these other bags, and if I didn't buy this, or yeah, it was great, but if only I didn't buy it, I would have so much money today, and I could have just bought my Chanel bag then. I'm in two minds about this, because yes, I wish I took a cleverer route to go for what I have today, meaning I don't spend on all my, I don't know, Balenciaga bags, Gucci bags. I wish I didn't buy them. I turn back time. I wish I didn't, because I could have used that money on, let's say, a Chanel bag then. But I also agree with you, what you said about maybe I wouldn't have been comfortable that time. Because when I looked at the Chanel bag, it's like, oh my gosh, what? No. And yeah, I don't think I would have been comfortable. But at the same time, Who knows, right? Who knows? Maybe I would have been comfortable with it and I've saved myself a lot of heartache of getting rid of bags.
I think I would put it another way. I wouldn't have used the word cleverer necessarily. I would have thought of it as a shortcut and as a just because someone else has tried it and tried and true, you already know that that's like ultimately that's where you're going to move to. So why not take that shortcut? It's it's clever, but it's also like, I don't know, if you can't get past yourself, right? How, no matter how you do it, I don't see it happening too often, unless, like I said, I feel like unless that's what you've seen your whole life, right? Like I know some people, they grow up with parents that, you know, that's what they have and that's what they're used to seeing. And I feel like for them, it makes sense to just, yeah, why not take that shortcut right away? That's what they're used to seeing. But that's not how I was. And I feel like a lot of people are not too. I feel like luxury, especially lately, if we were to compare like different generations, right? Especially for now, I feel like luxury is not more accessible, but it's definitely talked about a lot more, and we value quality a lot more and a lot earlier. So therefore it becomes such a huge topic and a huge interest that you just get into anyway. And so it's not that I disagree with you 100%, but like I feel like it's not everyone's path to take that shortcut. I really don't believe so. Yeah.
True. But I agree what you said, you know, about saying that it's because we're not exposed to it when we're young. So like what Joe said, you know, in my 20s, my 30s, I bought all this value for money bags and I enjoy them and we enjoyed them. But then when we get older, we're like, all right, that's it. Okay, we're moving on. Okay. But then when you look at others around us, you're like, how did they do it? And maybe because I am thinking of myself, I could not have even imagined holding a Chanel bag at, say, 21. Okay, I could not. Firstly, I was not exposed to it. What? Chanel? What is that? How does it look like?
Yeah.
I only knew the LV. So growing up at that point in time, it just makes sense to take the step by step. And now, like you said, you know, maybe it's exposure. Social media just says everybody has everything. And it's more acceptable, right? It's just that you say, okay, I know what I want. Don't waste my time on anything else. I can set my goals earlier. So yeah, I just wonder, you know, how much money could I save? But at the same time, I agree, you know, it's not necessarily wiser or cleverer, but different paths.
Yeah.
So we're all suffering midlife crisis then.
I know, because even, let's say, even if you started with the top tier of luxury brands just right off the bat when you're really young, right? Then you're just going to move on to more expensive things to play with, right? It's just different paths. Everyone is just all relative in a way. You know, like, I don't know, supercars, or if you get into like other really expensive things, expensive hobbies that, you know, for the majority of people, maybe that's not even something that they would even consider in their life. So I feel like everyone's just different. Or maybe you would go the reverse, because you'll have everything already. You'll have all the Birkins, all the Kellys, all the Chanel classics, and you're going to find your collection so boring that you're going to actually go back and buy all these value bags or these trendy bags. That's
yes.
It can be either way. Yeah.
You know what you just said is so true. I have a friend who bought everything under the sky. Okay. Like, she has so much. She spent like 6-7 digits on Hermes already.
Wow.
And then suddenly one day she sold everything and just went, you know what? I just like a crossbody bag. I'm like, girl, what's wrong with you? But you're right. They went in reverse because they've done everything already. It's just done it, been there, done that. Okay, moving on. And they just, you know, they want a different kind of experience. And for us, we're just going, you know, the other way.
Yeah.
So it's very, very
Different
interesting.
directions. I don't think there's a right or wrong at all.
Yeah. June Wells. Okay. Yes. Midlife crisis and Lux bags as well at 42. Waiting for my Birkin. Fingers crossed. Yes. Oh my gosh. We're all about the same age, huh?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, I'm going down. Oh, okay. Internet got cut off going through the calendar. Oh, I will. Okay, maybe towards the end I'll just pop it again for everyone to just take a look. So member and member, but just if you remember, there are additional lives already coming up every alternate Sundays. Because we still, it's something that we're growing on, and then this is because it's a joint live, and on our individual channels as well. Like for me, as you all know, I am transitioning some of my videos, particularly my unboxing videos, to member only. So those are going to be coming soon, but because they're ad hoc. So because they're ad hoc, I don't want to put them in a calendar. They can just suddenly say, girls got an unboxing. Then I'll just pop one video up. So just do check out the member live. I'll do community posts as well, but do check out the member live, member only playlist more often. That's just something that I'm doing. Okay, let me just go.
I guess it's not to complicate your lives. We wanted to show you the calendar just to let you know that there's a lot of stuff planned, but it's the same process as usual. Obviously every week there's going to be the same luxury live show at this time, but it's just that because of our new membership, and because we're going to slowly transition into mostly members, but that's going to be phase 2, phase 3, like Kat said. It's just our end goal, our mission. But anyway, for the majority of you, it doesn't change, and you just click on the video, especially on our playlist, which is always the same playlist on both sides. If you can view it, you can view it. If you can't, you can't. So that's
exactly. If you can't view it, then you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, any plans to do a video for bags in different categories, such as work, special occasion, errands, different price ranges? Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, we can definitely plan one. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, we could. Actually, I did this series on my channel last year. I don't know if you guys remember, but we'll definitely revive that. We can do that on a live stream format. It'll be fun.
Definitely. Yes. There's so many bags, now. There's just
So
many bags. When we were doing this today's live with for this value for the bags, like, okay, let's branch out a little bit more and go for some rest. Okay, Salvatore Ferragamo. They're like, there's so many bags.
Yeah. And I saw earlier someone wanted to know about Celine. I mean, we could have gone with any brand, honestly. These are just, we can't put every single bag on the slide because it'll take more than 2 hours. You know what I mean? It's more like we're just like picking at certain brands that we haven't talked about, and of course our favorites. And so yeah.
Thank you, Ash. You definitely took down notes, huh? Everybody's like taking down notes. You can always
nice.
I'm gonna pop it just back up for whoever that came in late very quickly. So okay. Well, I know it's really small, but you can pause and take a screenshot. So August is August. We've got a couple more. Next week is micro bags for the public.
On my channel.
Yep, on Amy's channel. So the little Doraemon with the flower. And then on Amy's channel again, just look at the members only. We're going to get you to send us your FOMO purchases. So if you have any FOMO purchases, members, we have already received some emails. So send us emails. Oh yeah, I didn't put it. I'll just like type it out later. And our emails. Okay, just send it to us. It is just makeup for me, and then fashionablyamy@gmail.com. We're going to share your FOMO purchases, and we got some members collection. So in September, we've got Mel and Melbourne's coming. We've got Clara, and then we got a special guest coming. We're also working on that. And we got some topics coming up as well. So yeah.
The reason why it's work in progress for the third potential guest is because time difference is so hard. You guys have no idea, right? Just between me and Kat is 15-hour difference. And then with Mel is another how many hours difference?
Oh, +3, I think, and
Yeah,
then the
18-hour
weekend
difference
time.
with
Yeah,
her,
yeah.
with me. It's like, oh, and then the other member that we want to add, oh, she's in the East Coast, so it's like, oh, it's even harder because then, yeah. So we have to figure this out. But if we can get her on, it will be
It'll
epic
be
too. Like, I mean, September is just an epic month anyway. Yeah.
Okay, Karen, I bought the Hermes Fond Bonnier calf skin watch band.
Oh,
Barinia, is it Barinia?
yeah,
Okay.
I think it's the
But I
other
was
letter.
shocked
Yeah.
how it darkened so quickly. It made me nervous to buy a bag. Which type of leather holds up best for a mess? Okay, so I think that Baranium leather does absorb your oils and all, and it does darken up. Maybe like Vaquera, right?
Yeah, it is a leather. From what I remember, it is a leather that patinas. So
Patinas, that's
patina
the word.
is
Sorry,
like it ages, it becomes the like vintage looking, and it's normal actually. It's normal for that leather to do that, but that's the thing. They have so many leathers, right? Like I feel, from what I know, Togo, Clemence, those are like the drum leather that's more treated, so they are. I think for you, that's where you would be more comfortable. Probably Epsom is one of those that's stamped and very durable as well. Swift, you have cat, but Swift is
yeah.
also like it's one of those two, right? You just have to buff it. It's kind of like lambskin, right?
Yeah. So the Swift leather it's more durable than what people say because it's
Yeah.
smooth calf skin. However, of course, if you compare Togo and Swift, Togo is a better, it's a safer option because of the grain. You won't see scratches. Swift, if you scratch it deep enough, unfortunately, that cannot be buffed out. But if the Togo, certain scratches can't be really seen. With Swift, you can buff it out, but those are sort of like the more, I guess, surface. They're not in, you're not cutting through the leather already. Epsom, I was surprised because I always thought Epsom would be a leather that needs a lot of babying in a way that if you crack it or peel it, you can't repair it. But I was watching, I don't know whose video was it, but apparently it can be fixed.
Oh
Epsom can be fixed.
yeah. I remember that. It
Yeah.
was Mel's interview with the
7RPs.
yeah.
So she did a really good interview with 7RP's owner. And I think it's the owner that said that they can actually repair 7RP's owner said that they can actually repair Epsom leather. So if you're looking for that, I think those are the three, I guess, holy grail: Clemence, Togo, and Epsom. They are just those that would be better and easier to take care of.
Yeah. It's kind of like if you think of Chanel, everyone says caviar, caviar, caviar. I mean, it's not that caviar is indestructible. It's not, but it's just that extra bit of processing on the leather that makes it just a little bit more hard wearing. But obviously, any deeper scratches, any leather won't survive, right? But at least from the point of view of not soaking, because this one is like the patina is from your oils, from like just washing your hands, the water getting on it. That yeah, for sure, this one, the Barania will will absorb everything. It's like Vajetta, yeah.
I love it though, but I have seen like fresh from the store. I was like, "Ooh, beautiful," and then my essay is like, "It will darken, huh?" Like, what? Okay, but there's beauty in that, right? You know that you really, really love the bag, but of course, you're paying like a lot of it. I'm not sure. I've seen people just have the full Barania bag. It's, I don't know. Okay, and believe, I think Kat thought about going for the dream bag is the right way to go in the end, but it is hard to truly know what is your dream bag will be and what fits your style if you don't go along the long way. That's true. Making the mistakes, or not even making the mistakes, learning from the different bags and growing your style is also important. because I wouldn't know what I like now, right? Like what I like now is so different from what I like then. There's some things maybe that sort of have flown through the years, but I think it's changed tremendously. So
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone will like the same things in their 20s when they're in their 50s or 40s, you know? Like I just don't know anyone like that. I mean, sure, there are things that you will still like, but it will still change with your lifestyle, right? For most of us, even if let's say even if you don't have kids, which like having a family is probably one of the biggest life-changing event in your life, even if you don't have that, but just the fact that you're growing older, that you're becoming a professional, that you're just being more mature and your style is changing, that alone will make your style and your preference for a bag change as well, right?
true.
So it's not necessarily just like the hugest, the biggest life events, not that. It's even just the fact that you're just maturing and just getting older.
Just like shoes, right?
Oh yeah.
Gone are the days that you can wear stilettos.
Oh yeah.
And now when you look at a dad sandal, you're like, oh my gosh,
Dream
a
shoe.
dad sandal, the most amazing thing in the world.
They are. They're better for your feet too. Like just more.
Talk to your 20-year-old, you'll be like, you crazy? Like, no, you're the
Or more
best
like
thing.
17. Like I feel like even in my early 20s, I'm not into stilettos anymore. I was
Oh,
already
really?
like, oh, I can't walk in those anymore. But when I was like, 16, 17, 18, yeah, I was definitely young enough, flexible, everything, nothing will hurt. It's like it's true. Like you can not sleep for a lot. Like you
Oh,
can
yeah, I wake
just
up
stay
fresh.
awake with a couple hours sleep and you can function. Whereas now it's like you wake up with aches and pains. Like not the same person anymore.
2 hours of sleep, you're like, I think I'm
Zombie.
dying.
Cannot function without coffee. Even with coffee, it's like, okay, can I take a nap now?
I need a couple of hours lying on my bed. Like, I need to start my engine.
Yeah. Your cells just don't regenerate that fast anymore. It's just that's not how it works, right?
It works anymore. Oh my gosh. So the style has to fit it. Aline, I had many Coach and Kate Spade in my younger days as I traveled to the States. And my hubby makes business trips. Straight, I went to BV, Gucci, LV, and now H, and very focused on H and loving their quality. Sounds just like my journey.
Yeah. Totally.
Oh, Gucci used to have my heart. And actually, you know what? Gucci bags used to be really good. I used to have some of their canvas, the old canvas, the ones that's like cloth. Yeah, I love them. They're really good. And then now they're all gone. You don't see any of their bags anymore, which is come back to my point. Gucci, why do you discontinue bags? Why? Dude.
Actually, a fun fact. I feel like Gucci. It's just because we compare it so much with all like we're so into like the Chanel Hermes that from us Gucci is like we don't want to look at it anymore. But I watch a bunch of different other YouTube channels, right? And a bunch of them are from Hong Kong, like just Hong Kong YouTubers. And there's this channel, this girl. If you guys want to check it out, I think her name is Creamy something. I can't remember. Anyway, so she's probably younger than us. I would say she's probably in her late 20s, maybe early 30s. And them when they go shop for luxury to her like it's not about the Chanel, it's about like the funky stuff, like the colorful stuff. So stuff that she buys, I actually really like watching her unboxings because she would buy like that nice sort of Gucci monogram headband. She would buy the Jackie bag, so she has the regular size, but then like lately everyone's into the nano, so now she just bought the smaller Jackie. It's like this small is really cute, but it's crossbody. And the thing is, when you see it on someone who styles that way, it totally works. So I don't discount Gucci necessarily. It's just that style wise, I feel like it's maybe either a younger demographic or maybe a different geography altogether, because I feel like in Hong Kong and in a lot of the more vibrant cities, they just love color. They just dress so like all kinds of shades and all kind of funky, and um it's just part of their aesthetic. So I feel like for them it really works. It's just that for us, I don't know, maybe because we're like
Been there, done that. Like been there, done that.
all about neutrals, and so therefore Gucci doesn't work for us. You know what I mean?
But you know, wait. I'm gonna rebuttal.
Okay.
So I mean, I've gone back into color, but I think for me, one of the things with Gucci is that actually they have really fun things. So
Yeah.
I do like their super mini, and they have like, you know, colorful things. I think for me, one of the things is they do too much and they
Yeah.
discontinue too much. And if you're spending so much money on a luxury bag, one of the reasons why it kind of holds its value, I'm not going to say I'm going to sell my bag, but something that it's constantly looked um constantly in the lineup of the luxury house, it's not in Gucci. It's constantly gone. And it irks me a little bit because, you know, it just makes me feel like, was that bag not good enough for you? It's so, it's, you promoted it so much and the whole line is gone.
But I also see the from the other side, because like from what I can see and understand, what they like is almost like the exclusivity that it's not going to be made again ever. So
Fair?
it's like it's always fresh, it's always different. And like I said, they're in their probably late 20s, early 30s, so their aesthetic is completely different, and just their style is completely different. It's just like funkier things that not everyone will have. So I appreciate from that point of view. And in fact, I don't really see her with a Birkin, and I don't really see her with neutral
True.
colors. You know what I mean? Like that just doesn't work on people like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. It's good to be young.
Yeah. Well,
Young and funky. Not old and jaded. Old and jaded.
no, I mean we all have we have different, we just experience different stages of life, right? Everyone goes through it. I just I don't believe that, oh, just because you're young then it's like you're prime, then afterwards like you're no more, like you're no longer I
You're no
don't
more
believe that.
fresh.
It's just like a different
You're no
phase
more
of
fresh. A little whittled down.
life.
Oh my gosh. Uh let me see. I'm trying to go down. Okay, so many comments. Okay, here we go. MK. Amy is right. Luxury used to be only accessible to some happy few decades ago. It's so funny that it have become so mainstream now,
Yeah.
yet increasingly and crazily expensive. Yes.
It has
Yes.
gone
Social media.
it has become so mainstream, it's true. Because everyone knows about it now. Everyone knows that, oh, we might as well like go straight to it, like shortcut to it. Skip all the whatever brands, right? We just gotta move with the times, right? It's like nowadays kids have cell phones. I didn't have my first cell phone till like university. So
Let me see. I had my
it's
first cell
just one of
phone.
those things, right? You just have to move with the tide, with the times.
I'm glad I didn't have any phone in
Oh,
my
me too.
university days because, you know, no evidence.
Yes, and also we used to do more physical activities. We used to just play outside. Even playing cards with friends is fun.
Yeah.
Now that's boring. Like no one wants to play those things. Like now kids are into video games and they go like outside less. I mean, I understand there's also the, before maybe it was a little safer in a way. Like it's not always completely safe, but now there's just so many stories of getting, I don't know, kids getting,
Disappearing. Whatever.
there's just so many creeps out there, let's just say.
Your kids need to be tagged if you want.
Yeah.
Was it
Oh,
last?
man.
Was it last week's? Was it last week's live? Did we talk about that? I can't remember now. We had the talk about air tags. Oh,
Yeah, it was last members. Yeah, the
tag your kids.
latest was it the latest member one? I think so.
Yeah, last week. Remember
Yeah.
luxury the luxury safety where we talk about the air
Yeah.
tags. It's like, yeah, tag your kids.
Yeah.
Tag your kids. Oh, but yeah, it's very different. I never had a phone until I was I was in university, and even that it was just the phone.
It's just a phone. No texting, no data, nothing.
The
Just
best game on
talking.
my Nokia was
Yes.
Snake.
Nokia makes the best phones back then. They're robust, they're easy to use.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
The reception is good.
The reception is good. What reception issue? You can call from the jungle and you're still getting the Clara, hi. Yes. Micro bag, babe. I'm gonna convince you. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay, hi. What is your view on the Chanel Pearl Crush Vanity case? Is the Pearl Crush classic or will it go outdated? Pearl Crush.
You know the ball?
Ah, okay.
The adjustable one. The one that's adjustable.
I like it.
Do you like it or you don't like it?
I like it. I like it.
Oh,
I
okay,
like
yeah.
the I guess I like the variety, the option that you can shorten and lengthen. Yeah, and I like that button.
Yes.
Press, go up. I just like that.
Yeah.
But
So
this
the way
is you're
I
asking
see
about
it,
the
because your
vanity
question
case.
was, oh, sorry. I'll let
No,
you
you're
finish.
just asking about the Pearl Crush vanity case.
Yes.
Mhm.
So the way I see it, because you're quite one of your question is whether it will go outdated. I don't think so, because I feel like with Chanel, from what I've noticed so far, like the pattern is that they will come up with a certain how do you even call it? Like just a certain thing. Like so it's either the Pearl Crush one season and then they'll skip one season and they'll come back the next season and they'll just continue doing that. And whenever they make something new and it's successful that season, they will come back. It's just that they might not do it every single season, because all of these things are still seasonal items, right? Aside from their classic flop, everything else is seasonal. But even their seasonal things can become a classic in a way. Like they just come back every other season. They don't repeat it they don't always repeat it right away, but they will repeat it the next one. And then they'll skip one and they'll repeat it. So for me, the classic factor, you don't have to worry about it, in my opinion. Only thing is with the Pearl Crush line, like the whole line. Doesn't matter if it's the vanity case, whatever, the bag, rectangle, mini, whatever. I feel like the leather they use on the Pearl Crush line is different. It has more of a vintage used feel, and maybe the leather itself has less padding, as we've learned, and also just more vintage. So even the lambskin, because Pearl Crush is usually with lambskin, it just tends to have those dips in the quilting already, and it's viewed, I think it's viewed from the luxury community, it's viewed in general as being like used look, like a used look, and not everyone likes it. And some people even compare it to like having worse quality. I feel like that's their way of making things different. Perhaps the quality is not the same, but it's just different. I guess they're just trying to be different in a way. So I don't prefer it. I don't prefer that leather whenever they have the Pearl Crush, but I like the Pearl Crush itself.
Yeah. Is it like the H cup? Because I have not seen it in. No, I don't think I've seen it in real life.
It's lamb.
Oh, it's lamb.
But it just well, you know Clara's bag, right?
I
The
can't
pink one?
remember. Yeah.
Do you remember her pink Pearl Crush square
so.
mini?
Let me look.
I don't. So I think that season was one of the first seasons that they came out with the Pearl Crush line, and ever since then, because it's so successful, that they do it they've done it ever since. Even LV Lover CC just bought a Pearl Crush square mini in black, and
oh, I think
the leather is different. Like it's still lambskin, but the lambskin is kind of has more of a sheen, but then it has more dips. Like you can see that it has more creases, and it's just the way it is. It's not faulty or anything, but I feel like that's the aesthetic that they want to achieve, kind of like more worn out look. And it's not my preferred. And I feel like in the luxury community as a general, they don't like it either. They compare it as like bad quality, which I don't necessarily think it's bad quality. It's just different.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's nice. I mean, well, I think it looked nice on Karis's.
It still looks nice. Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Maybe because we always think,
Puffy.
you know, afraid, no, a future, you know, how is it going to look like in 10
Oh,
years?
right.
You know,
Yes.
like, oh, will it last me 5 years? And because we're buying luxury, we expect that.
Yeah.
But also, you should buy what you like, right? So
Oh,
if you're
yeah,
into-
exactly.
yeah,
That's the thing. It's just different.
yeah, it's just different.
Yeah.
What do you think about your vanity? You have a vanity, right?
I do.
What do you
but
think
mine
of
is
that?
not pearl crushed though. Mine is just regular lambskin.
Will it?
So it will
what's
have
your
the
view
same
on
type
it?
of wear and tear as regular classic lambskin, basically.
Yeah, I think it's nice. I think all the bags are nice. I don't mind
Yeah.
having all of them.
Honestly, they're all nice. It's just, you know, which one do you prefer more? And we always have a preference, right? Like my preference is still caviar, right?
Yeah, caviar. That's just easy. Don't have
Yeah,
to think too
easy.
hard about
Don't
it.
have to think about it.
Okay, Diana, how to deal with press on mark on Hermes leather bag?
Does she mean creases? I don't know
Yeah,
what it
could
means.
be
Press on mark.
press on mark. It could be like, you know, you have like a dip that maybe it's the way it's stored and then it's been pressed
Mm.
and dented.
Oh, okay.
You know what?
Like creases.
My
Store it with an
Birkin-
organizer.
Yeah, use an organizer, but my Birkin actually has not my not my B25, but my pre-loved B30. When I got it, actually there was a light, small little pressed on mark at the back. That was one of the faults to it. And it's small that I can kind of accept it, but it's one of those things that if the press on mark is denting the leather, actually you can't do anything about it. I know there are some pressed on marks on Chanel bags, especially the caviar, like maybe the puffs has been deflated. I've heard that you can actually use steam, you know, steam the bag and it can sort of unpuff it. I don't know if you can do that with Hermes because it doesn't have that kind of puffiness. But if you press the leather, like any kind of leather shoe, you press it in, it's most likely forever. But you can ask Hermes, I guess. You can bring it back to the spa and see if they can do anything for you.
Yeah, I think the thing is with because we're so meticulous and so detail oriented sometimes when we discuss luxury topics and wear and tear that we forget that these things will get used and that these things are also normal. So I don't know how bad that mark is. I don't know if it was an accident, perhaps, but at the end of the day, everything will get wear and tear, right? And I feel like unless you don't use it as often, so if you rotate your things very, very often, if you have the luxury to do that, then sure, your things will stay pristine for longer, but eventually everything will have their wear and tear. And I feel like at one point we just have to let go, right? Especially if I have a bag that is my go-to, my most used, it will show wear and tear, and I'll be okay with that because I know that I have put in the mileage, as we spoke last week's members lives. It's one of those things where at which point is it okay to, like, you know, stop worrying about those marks and those creases and those dents, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if the mark is not too bad, I say live with it. Like I'm living with my Birkin. I'm like, okay lah, it's fine. You got a little bit of history on it. But if it really bothers you, I would say, because Hermes does take their bags back, you can probably bring it back for, you know, maybe some check and see what they can do, because they do spas. I've considered bring back my Birkin for a spa, but spas are expensive. So usually you use your bag until it's just worn out and then you bring it back, you know, peeling and all, and then they'll just refresh it. Then I think it's worth it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Clara. I'm selling all my shoes above 3 inches now, actually.
Oh.
Can't
You know,
wear
I
those
was
shoes
never
now.
really into luxury shoes, and I have a few now, but I'm just so glad that I didn't buy the luxury shoes that are this tall because I would
Ah,
be so bad because I literally physically cannot even wear anything remotely close. So I feel you, Clara.
yeah. Joe's like, oh my gosh, I went back to the office. 70 minutes. That's like, where's my ruler?
70 is like
So
my
70
maximum, and I have to like just wear it at the venue. Like literally, I have to like wear my flats, my dad's sandals to the venue, change into them,
Yes.
wear it at the venue for a couple hours, right? For whatever event it is. And then I have to change back into
And
my
then
flat
rip them
sandals to
off,
walk
like
back to the car. Like that's the only
throw
way I
them
can
away.
wear them. There's no other way.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know, my legend shoes are about 7. Surprisingly, they're okay. But of course, like, not whole day. I can wear 4 or 5 hours and I feel tired. So I could wear for the office, but yes, I do get tired. I guess you can get used to it again. But do I want to wear that all the time? Maybe not. Maybe not.
But I feel like maybe the legends have more like it conforms to your it has more support than
I think it
maybe
has
the
support because it's a platform. So it
yeah,
has support at the heel. No, it's not the heel. This part of the foot,
like the arch.
the arch. So because they're, you know, you're pressing the weight on it, actually it feels okay. Not too bad. Nat, because of the pandemic, I am mostly in loungewear. Bring back juicy couture
Yes.
dresses. Yes, Paris Hilton. Okay. Ooh, okay. Hit my quota soon. Wondering K25 or B25.
Oh,
What are your views? Oh my gosh.
you know what? I have a new view on that right now. Like not so new, but like I feel like for myself, okay? Now I don't know your stature and all that, but for myself, I prefer the Birkin in the smallest size because the Birkin is it has more depth. So it's more bulky. And so I feel like if you want a Kelly, you can get away with the larger size because it's not as bulky. And so if I had to choose between the two, and if it's my first bag and I just want to get one of those, I'd still go with the 25, which is exactly, I mean, Birkin 25, which is exactly what I'm doing because I feel like the Kelly, I can take my time deciding whether I still want the 25 or if I just want the size up because I feel like with the Kelly, it's a bit more easy to go a size up because it's not as bulky of a bag and it still looks very, very put together and um, unless you want to use your Kelly for evenings only, then maybe go with the size down. So the 25, then it can be good for the both, like the best of both worlds, you know, daily use as well as evening. But I don't know. I there's something about the Birkin that I really like. I don't know. I just really like it.
I love the Birkin. I've always loved the Birkin, so I'm
Yeah.
biased towards the Birkin. But I know the practicality of the Birkin is not the best because it's only handheld.
Yeah.
And the B25, super cute. It's just one of those cute bags that is not too small, but yet it's big enough as a small cute bag. But because it's that tiny little handle, it's not, you can't even put it through your elbow. So those are some considerations that you will probably need to think about. Do you need to put your bag at your elbow? Because if you need to, you need both of your hands, then
Oh,
you'll
then
have
the
to
Kelly, yeah.
yeah, then maybe the Kelly, right? Maybe
Yeah.
the Kelly. So these are some things that you probably need to think because you've already hit your quota. You want to make sure it's worth your investment.
Yeah.
Using the right words. worth your investment, worth everything. So, why don't you try it in like reseller shop? I'm not sure where you are. Like in Singapore, you can go to those reseller stores. Not resell. They're like stores where they have a lot of variety of bags. You can actually try it out. Say you want to pick one on, test it out. I like the Birkin, but there are that limitations. And I like the Kelly as well, but for me the Kelly is next.
Yeah. For me, the Kelly is next to, and maybe one of the best reasons is because I have so many flat bags. So I like the idea of having the Birkin, which is more open. And I know it's only crook of the arm, or even not even crook of the arm if it doesn't fit. But it's just one of those things where I'm like, that's the only thing I don't have in my collection that really appeals to me. And the aesthetic really appeals to me too. The size as well. So it's just one of those things I can't explain. Hopefully I don't change my mind after I get it, but who knows? Like that's the thing, right? You don't know until you have it. And we don't have any, I mean, we do have some consignment stores, but I feel like the size 25 especially is a very rare sighting. Even if we have them, it will be hard to try on that size necessarily. It'll most likely be the larger sizes, 35, 30, those type.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm opening up my eyes to the size 28 also. I know I know I will never go for 32 again because I used to have a 32. It's way too big for me. Do need so much space, and 32 is a bit not like it's sort of floppier, especially in Togo and Riton. But I'm kind of opening up my eyes to 28. I'm warming up to the idea. So
was it Cellier, the one that you had, the 32?
no, it was Riton.
Oh, okay. So it's
softer.
Oh, okay.
It's big, it's huge, overwhelmed me. But I've been like taking a look at the 25 and I like it, but I wonder whether I would need that just a little bit of extra space whenever I need it. Then I'll say, you know what, maybe I'll just get the 28.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm still mulling over it. Not yet. Okay. I don't like the pearl crushed leather on the mini flap, but the pearl crushed vanity case lambskin is different from the flap. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Didn't know that. I'm quite curious. What is this different leather now? I thought it was. I thought it was like aged calf skin. I thought it was like my reissue. But now, yeah, I thought
That's
it was.
very
So
different.
I just didn't think too much about it. But
Let's
now,
see if I can find it.
Yeah, I'll look at pictures later. Okay, SL Chan, what are your views about YouTube getting toxic?
Oh.
Lux Purse Love just did a video on the dark side of being on YouTube. Is it getting toxic? I don't know. Do y'all think it's getting toxic? Boomerang. Woo! Woo!
I feel like I think I have seen the thumbnail of that video. I didn't watch it. I'm not interested. Most of the videos that are more about reactions, I don't watch. I'm just not that interested. I'm not curious enough. But I feel like whether it's getting too toxic is up to you. Do you let it be toxic? Because I don't believe that everyone's life is like a very, very fluffy fairy tale. Every day is like very nice and blah, blah, blah. And especially being a content creator, you get all sorts of different like nasty people. And I'm not saying that it comes with it, that it should come with terror. I'm not saying that that's right. I'm just saying that I know this happens. And so you either let that affect you very much, because I know we all get affected, okay? We're all human, we have feelings, but moving on from it and just like do your own thing, like do your thing, like just keep with your content and keep with your whatever you like, don't let that affect you so much that you're gonna, you know, change direction on content, or change the way you say things, or change the way you present what you wanted to do in your video. I feel like that's so important to stay sane. It's just to stay sane, which is why one of the reasons why I don't watch them, because I don't want to get affected by them. And whether it is directly related to me or not, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you can't control what other people say and do, right? So I kind of look at it from that point of view. It's a little naive sometimes, because maybe there's something really bad going on, and I just make the conscious decision to not care. There's good and bad either way, right? I know Kat will probably have a slightly different point of view.
I'm the curious cat. I'm the curious cat. I'll always update Amy.
You fill me in usually.
Hey, you know, there's a new YouTube video. Somebody is being toxic. Amy's like, and Amy will be like, okay. I'm like, come on, let me tell you about it. Well, I watched it, and I you know, I do agree that there are a lot more I guess, I don't want to call them keyboard warriors, but I feel there are more opinionated people. Okay, that's just it. And because of it, I do get affected by it. So sometimes you can see, I'm like, okay, honestly, I'm not doing any more videos and I'll take a break. But I can take a step back and say, you know, how do I deal with it? And of course, talking to Amy, I'm like, just don't watch it anymore. I'm like, okay, I'll stop watching it. Yeah. So it does, right? You take a decision not to, as a content creator, you make a decision not to partake. Okay. And by not doing that, it also creates a different kind of community. So like what we've done with the membership, we made a decision that we want to create diverse and inclusive content. And that's our goal. Inclusive because we want the members to be part of it. Hey, what are the chances of everybody saying, let's get together and look at everybody's handbags? You just look at our handbags. I mean, how boring can this handbag at the back there look at? I mean, come on, how boring. How exciting is to see everybody's other things, and we share it. Oh my gosh,
it's
so
amazing,
fun, and we're all nosy anyway, so might as well nosy together in a tight-knit community. So coming back to the toxicity in the YouTube world, it's always there. It is always there, and I talked about it, about, you know, how the luxury community got into this. Not luxury, the makeup community had so much drama, and after a while, you just shy away from it. And being in the luxury side, we don't want that to happen. So we make a choice not to be part of it, right? Don't want to talk about it. We may say, hey, did you watch the video? But we don't want to put content out there for such things. It's unnecessary. How do you say? Like, drama fuels drama.
And that's the thing, right? I feel like a lot of the I'm not gonna name any names, but I feel like a lot of YouTubers that do these types of videos, or that react because they were frustrated, or because they really got affected and it really makes them very upset. I totally understand the feeling, because we all go through it. But I feel like to take that extra step and to make that video to address those things is only gonna, I just don't see the positive in that. Basically, I just don't know if it will actually bring more positive, because I feel like it will just attract more of the same, and which is negativity. I mean, don't get me wrong, there will be a lot of supporters in those videos too, agreeing, and that is the thing though. Like, we all know in our hearts what is the right and the wrong thing to do. I think we all know that, okay, if we're properly raised, which I'm hoping most of us are. But at the end of the day, it will nevertheless, even if you're not even watching that kind of channel, even if you normally don't even watch that person, you might just be interested because people love gossips, okay? I'm probably one of the only ones that don't care.
Give it to me.
But you know what I mean? Like most people are curious, and it brings out people's it's for some people it will bring out the worst in them, and maybe it's not even the worst in them, but just by partaking, sometimes you just don't know, your words can be so powerful. Like what you say can affect someone else who's into like their own I don't know, stuff that's happening at home or whatnot. Like you just don't know how you can affect other people, right? So I feel like for me, and I believe for Kat too, like our content, if you look at it from the general perspective, all our regular content plus our live streams, we stay neutral in a way that we are providing information. We are providing information that we feel like will be of value to you without
Getting information from all of you too, both ways,
sorry?
right? We're getting info, and we're getting information from the
Yes.
members as well. So it's a two-way positive highway.
Yes. And that's the direction that we prefer. Like for me, the way I look at it is and I do believe that for certain people they do it for views. I do believe that because like I said, people like to watch gossip, and I understand that. Okay, I understand that's human behavior, but I will still stay in my lane because I feel like my evergreen content, like reviews, styling, those you can come back next year, you can come back 3 years later, it's the same bag, right? You can style it the same way in the future. It's like one of those things where I know I'm not going to get all those immediate views. I get it. And it's a choice. But yeah, I am also not interested in making that type of video. So the toxicity, it's up to you whether you let it affect you. It's up to you to even click on it to watch it. Because if you don't click on it, if nobody clicks on it, then they're not going to make those videos because those videos won't get views. But right now, everyone's clicking on them because, and that's fueling the YouTube algorithm to show them up, like to suggest these videos more, which is adding, it really fuels it. It fuels it not just from the point of view of people's behavior, but also YouTube thinks that, oh, that's a good video, we should show it more, we should just suggest it more. You know what I mean? It's just double whammy.
I mean, we all get like, so if you haven't watched her video and you're like, okay, I'm gonna watch it, it's up to you. It's not, it's mainly her experience, right? Her experience. And and as all of us get it. And I get my fair share of opinionated people, which okay, so how it has affected me personally is why I have made the choice to reduce some of my unboxings. And because we have this platform of members who actually just want to see the fun things, I'd rather show it to all of you. And I took a step back from saying, okay, girls love shopping, okay? I like to buy shit. And I have much more things that I wish I could share. But because of this, opinions, I can understand why people take a step back, right? Now, do I do things like calling people out on it? I just don't, because in my natural form, in my real life, I am not confrontational. I may seem like I am, but I'm actually not. People can try. I'm like, in my head I am, but I'm not, and I just rather just mull over it. So one way to show that I am not, like kind of fine. You don't want to see it, I'm going to show other people. So that's one way. So yeah, it affects all of us. There is that toxicity, but you do you, you do you. Stay in your lane.
Well, in other words, also, right? It's almost like I totally understand. Like, it's totally your choice, right? To if you want to move everything to membership base, why not? Because that's the thing. It has come down to this almost, and it like I said, we're all human, right? If someone says if a stranger says nasty things to you, are you gonna feel good? No, of course not. And we see that every day because there's a lot of creeps out there, like I said earlier, and. And it's only natural to feel that way. Why wouldn't you choose to share only with your best of friends or your best of buddies, which, you know, in a sense, the members are true viewers that support us. Why wouldn't we want to share most of the most I don't know, like, I don't know how to say it in a good way. Like, I don't want to offend anyone. I just want to say, like, that's like, if in real life, right, if you have all these like naysayers, and people that look down on you, and then you have the group that you can really jive with, you can agree to disagree, you can support each other nevertheless, why wouldn't you want to just stick to this group and not care about the rest, right? Like, it's almost like kind of from that point of view.
Hey, actually, I'm making a decision that is actually disadvantage to my own personal channel, because unboxings are my highest viewed videos.
Oh,
And if
yeah,
I'm
so
out
is
there
everyone's, I
to
think,
just if I'm out there to just say just want to views, I want to share everything, I will do it there. But I've made this conscious decision for several reasons. One of it is because there are opinionated people, I have, that cannot imagine how I'm spending my money. And I'm very, that I just feel like maybe in the future I'll bring it back, but maybe right now where my headspace is, I said, you know what? I'd rather share with people who would yell and scream and just be crazy, stupidly happy for such a trivial topic, which is what MK is saying. Damn, it's just a damn bag, okay? But yeah. So.
Yeah, it is supposed to be frivolous, right? It is supposed to be just bringing joy.
Who cares? Nobody cares, okay? We care because we love it, okay? We care. We talk about pressed marks on leather. We're like, but honestly, to the person who's walking past, like, what's wrong with you?
I know, right? They're like, what patina? What are you talking about?
What
just
is
use
that?
your bag. It's just a bag.
Patina?
But again, we care. We care.
Oh my gosh. TT. Perhaps YouTubers are afraid that if I turn off the comments, just turn it off. Be whatever. Do your thing. Who cares? I don't care.
Babe, we are 2 hours, huh? By the way.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't see that. Here we go. Okay, one more. Here we go. Are we setting up a Facebook group? Yes. So we've talked about this as well. So step by step, TD, because there's so many things that we can do.
TT, do you have any idea how busy we are just since we started live streaming? Okay, because we have our regular content. Please, people, don't forget, we have our regular content that we post, and then we added live stream for the past year. Do you realize how much work it has been since? And now we're doing extra live streams for members on top of. It's like, one thing at a time.
Because we
definitely we love the community,
and everybody gets something. So if we do the Facebook group and we leave it hanging, nobody's gonna chat on the Facebook group. So we go actively administrating it. But yes, definitely something that we're considering. So like, we talked about partner hosting, so that's also arrangements, getting our collaborators, like, Clara, are you free? And Clara's like, I gotta arrange my time. Things like that. So anyway, thank you everyone for joining today, and thank you for the new members. We really, really appreciate all of you. So watch the rerun. I will timestamp it, especially if you already remember, you already know the spiel, so click ahead, and we will see you next week on new topic on micro bags, because that's really hot. So on Amy's channel. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.